What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as the S&P 500. Specifically in today's episode, we have to talk about what is happening in the cryptocurrency market. So believe it or not, yesterday we actually managed to see these markets move in such incredible manners where Bitcoin, which was currently at $58,000, actually fell to a price level closer to $46,000, over $10,000 in just less than a day. Not only that, we saw XRP fall from what could have been 54 to 55 cents all the way down to close to 35 cents in just a matter of hours. So this is absolutely incredible. Markets are going absolutely nuts, and we definitely need to talk about what we can expect moving forward in February, as well as what we could be doing now to potentially save money, invest money, capitalize off the drop in price, and obviously learn how to short this market, or just find some sort of way to capitalize off these runs. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Definitely make sure to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can DM me over there. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's episode. Alright guys, now before we jump into the technical analysis, I wanted to just give you guys an update for those that are involved in DeFi platforms. There's a company called Nimbus which actually just launched their platform, I believe, the other day. So I wanted to show you guys this as I found it fairly interesting. You can see over here, I just wanted to explain to you guys what exactly Nimbus is. And you can see just in this article here what exactly it talks about. Basically, the essence of Nimbus is best explained in a quote made by their platform representative. It says, the Nimbus fintech platform has been offered fintech solutions since 2019 for over 50,000 people worldwide, switching to DeFi. So if you guys were interested in DeFi, I know we've talked about it here on the channel. This is maybe something to check out. It's a logical step in the company's development strategy. Their new DeFi platform offers users the tools they need in one spot and eliminates the need for switching between native tokens, NBU, and the single token that shall provide access to any array of unprecedented crypto opportunities, including more than 10 pools with transparent reward mechanisms behind it. So I just wanted to show you this. They also have this cool thing called basically becoming a liquidity provider. As you guys can see here on the screen, the Nimbus platform is offering liquidity providing, and it talks about that you have now the opportunities to provide your liquidity in the pool section, where you can get your portion from the platform transaction fees. As a reference today, the transaction volume is almost 250,000, and they're just starting. And there's also a staking liquidity in the LP staking section. Liquidity providers can receive up to 100% API. This is a unique opportunity that nobody would want to miss. So as you can see, this is pretty much the platform that they launched. They also show you guys pretty much where you can turn or swap different cryptocurrencies. I am using this on a VPN, specifically Tor, if you guys wanted to check it out. But you can see they have Ethereum as well as some other cryptocurrencies available, as well as obviously their token. And you can then switch between these different altcoins and their specific token that they launched as well. So definitely make sure to check out Nimbus. I did link them in the description down below. This is what their website looks like. Again, the overview of their analytics, the liquidity, and the volume that they've had within just today alone. So from pretty much their launch as of the past couple of days, they've been pretty successful in the amount of volume and traction that they've gained to here. They also have a pretty big following on Telegram as well. So definitely make sure to check this out. These are their tokens that they offer, as well as the pairs and basically the accounts. So it's pretty cool. You can see their Telegram is right here, as well as their articles that they have been posted on. So definitely make sure to check them out, as I did link them in the description. But to jump right into the technical analysis, you guys can see right here, top 10 cryptocurrencies. The market is red, guys. We have not seen a market in double digits red in a very long time, but we have been talking about this and preparing for movements like this for a very, very, very long time here on the channel. As you guys remember, we've been, had some FUD days where I've mentioned just to be careful over and over again. People ask me, oh, should I be buying in now? Is it time to buy in? No, because it's so overvalued in the coin to be buying in long term. It just doesn't make sense. There's way too much risk than there is reward. On a $100 or $1,000 investment long term into Bitcoin, there's a lot more risk for the coin to drop down to $20,000 or $30,000 than it is from $50K to go back to or to go up to $100K and double your money. It's just not a likely scenario. So I just want you guys to understand that these are things that we need to, watch out for. That's why we reference using different sorts of exchanges where we're not actually leaving our money into different altcoins. You can actually switch out into USDT Tether, which is still at 98 cents, and it is going to go back up to $1. So there's really not much of a drop at all, leaving it in a stable coin while you're trading around in crypto. So I really wasn't affected from this drop in regards to a negative loss. Some people maybe have had trades in there where they're gambling the market was going to shoot up. And for those, it's really not a massive loss, as we can now fluctuate by capitalizing off potentially shorting the market. So where exactly are we right now? Let's just give a quick overview of what exactly we can expect moving forward. So you can see where XRP is looking at Ethereum as well as Bitcoin and Litecoin. What was interesting was yesterday we actually saw XRP move up quite a bit higher when all the other coins were dumping, and I found this quite interesting. So obviously my main focus is going to be on Bitcoin, as I feel like that's the biggest leader. Markets and movements of volume coming out of Bitcoin is obviously going to indirectly affect the other altcoins as well. So if we use Bitcoin as the navigation tool, it can pretty much gauge where exactly these markets are going to be moving to, and then we can learn whether or not the market's going to be heading up in the future, or are we going to be seeing markets dump even lower. So when we look at Bitcoin right now, I honestly don't feel too bad. I do think that this correction was definitely needed, as we were straying very far away from its 4-hour moving average, which usually likes to hug the coin fairly well. And you can see every time we kind of separate away from the 4-hour moving average, we end up coming back down. It is a pretty violent drop. So you can see right now, as we are slowly starting to ascend with these ascending fractals, we eventually strayed away a little too far, and we immediately corrected. Now, honestly, I don't think we're going to be heading much lower in the short term, the next couple of days, due to the fact that we are retesting the 4-hour moving average. And when you jump to the daily, you can see a few things as well. We're actually bottoming off at a support, which is where the 4-hour moving average is coming into play. So we just need to see, we need to let the next day or two kind of play out right now, as we're starting to see some very interesting trends. My main focus is on this MACD right now, this indicator on the daily. This is a signal of potential bearish markets, and this could reference a potential pull of Bitcoin from $46,000, which could be pulling itself all the way down to the moving average on the daily, closer to $32,000, which is a pretty significant drop. Now, I'm not really too worried about how to play off on this, as we can obviously short the market using, Bityard or some other exchange that offers shorting. So I'm really not too worried about where this market's going to. So we really have to just spend quite a bit of time focusing on the short-term movements right now. You can see Bitcoin is pulling back down. This looks like the run is pretty much over in the short term, as it is starting to become oversold. And you can see on the other cryptocurrencies like XRP and the others, you can see we are actually retesting the daily moving average. This is a good sign. So I really, for those that are invested into XRP, which I know is most of you guys, I'm not really too worried as to where we're going to be headed to. I do think the bottom is in. I don't think this coin is going to head much lower than 42 cents on the daily. I don't think we're going to head there. I actually think this might be a good buying opportunity for movements to the upside. As you can see on the 4-hour, we're also fairly low as well. Surprisingly, we actually retested 63 cents just yesterday and then immediately reversed down. Now, as I warned to you guys, the second we saw confirmation of 63 cents was a good opportunity to short the market, and vice versa. We discussed once we hit this bottom support on the 4-hour, it was a good opportunity to capitalize off the run, swinging it to the upside. So where are we headed right now? I think we've pretty much bottomed off. I don't think we're going to be heading much lower. So I wouldn't be too worried into this market, but there is a very big chance this could be a warning sign for most people that have invested into the market to start selling off. And we really do have to consider opportunities that the market is going to be heading lower, and we might have to switch into shorting the market instead of longing it to the upside. As we saw, a lot of these altcoins actually managed to break their prior low, and this isn't necessarily a good thing. You can see right here, let me just pull up Bitcoin on the daily. Let's just give this another look. I mean, honestly, Bitcoin really doesn't look that bad either. I mean, yes, we're starting to see this bearish cross on the MACD, but in regards to higher lows, we really don't look too bad. We haven't necessarily broken them yet. Obviously, there's vital supports at 45,000. If this manages to get broken anytime in the next couple of days, then I'm going to start to switch to bearish market movements. But as of right now, this might have been a quick dump in big whales selling off, and then FOMO pulled us down lower. And now there's a good chance we might start to see prices actually rise just a little bit. So I know this is a little bit all over the place, but today is the first day we've actually started to analyze this, as yesterday I didn't put out a video specifically geared towards market. I was talking about how to buy, sell, and trade XRP. So this is just a general, analysis and overview, and then tomorrow we'll really go in depth as to see where exactly these markets are moving to. Right now, as we know, this is a very volatile day, and it's very risky for conservative traders to get involved into. So right now, I'm just taking a step back. I told everyone on Patreon, and I'm going to be giving this analysis and update in today's video as well. This is a warning to take a step back. Let's just see how the markets play out, and then we'll know how to move forward in these markets, because it doesn't make sense to miss or to buy in on a risky investment and lose money when we can wait for a conservative approach to buy in and capitalize off that run. But just this quick overview, Litecoin dumped. It's going back down to its daily moving average. We see Bitcoin heading lower, even Ethereum and XRP, and surprisingly, the S&P 500 actually is heading lower too. So this is very interesting. Let's see exactly if this breaks. I mean, we needed to pull back down as we were retesting some pretty overbought levels. Honestly, just bouncing off the top resistance right here. So let's just see exactly how this plays out. We do know long term, there is this massive, ascending fractal in white that I've drawn on. So I wouldn't be surprised if we actually manage to come back down, retest this bottom support here, and then maybe head it up higher. But regardless, I do think the S&P 500 is still one of the best investments as of right now. And this small correction is almost needed. And there's a good chance the coin actually might, in the next couple of days, come back inside this ascending fractal. But as for XRP and these other cryptocurrencies, once again, to give you guys my analysis where we're going to be headed in the next couple of days, you can see as of right now, the daily came back down. The price retested the moving average on the daily. It hit this and immediately corrected back up. Unlike the other cryptocurrencies, XRP from the start was fairly undervalued. So what this means is it's pretty much not going to see such major, vigorous or violent movements as these other markets have had. Bitcoin is so overextended from its daily. There's a much bigger drop in play for Bitcoin. The same thing applies itself with Ethereum as well. XRP is much closer to the point where it actually retested its moving average already and immediately reversed back up to its support that it found. So I'm really not too worried on XRP in regards for it heading much lower, but I'm not going to be investing right now. I need another day or two of consolidation for just to see exactly where this market wants to head. If we start to see the prices swing lower, we know this might be an opportunity to short and capitalize off a run to the downside, but I'm not risking it by buying in right now. There's way too many emotions in this market right now. A lot of this was caused by FOMO. The second people saw markets start to swing lower, everyone decided to sell out at the same time. This could be leading to the start of a downtrend and a start to a correction lower, but we just have to be fairly patient. And the main way we can gauge this is by Bitcoin. And you can see if we just look at back in 2017, and I really think this is important. If I pull up the 2017 movements we've had, where is it? Right here. Let's dive in a little bit. You can see we've had swings in the past, and I want to show you guys this. So notice in the past, we've had massive swings. We've had major wicks as well. And immediately after that, we did swing right back up. Now, this was indirectly leading towards higher lows as we started to have lower highs as well. As higher lows, prices actually fell below its prior, support levels, and it ultimately led to a bearish market. But you have to consider that these are wicking back up, and we could easily capitalize off these runs short term as long as we finally figure out which direction these markets are heading to. So we have to consider where we're trading right now, whether or not this is going to be the start of a correction. Is this going to be the start? Is this the top? Or are we going to head lower? So we really have to just spend a little bit of time. Let's give it another day just to see where exactly these markets are moving to, because this could be the top on Bitcoin. As you can see, the markets were extremely overvalued during the week, overextended as well as overbought, and you can see it's just now starting to come back down into play. So let's now jump back over to back in, where is it? Right here. You can see when we were extremely overbought, it eventually started to lead to the correction back to the downside. So I'm spending quite a bit of time analyzing this. This may be the top, and we may be switching to a short kind of scenario in a bear market, and we may just capitalize off runs to the downside. This might be the top. I really don't want to spread any FUD, but there's a chance this could be the top, and we may start to see markets swing lower. Same thing applies itself with Ethereum. These drops were expected. This is what I've been hinting at and waiting for a few days now, so I'm not too worried that I'm seeing this, as if we've been prepared. We've known not to just leave money long term, if you're a new beginner and this is what's scary to you, unless you're holding on for 5 or 6 years. So I know I'm kind of all over the place in today's video because there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of moving parts. It's not just one crypto. It's the entire market seeing a drop. I think XRP is definitely a better coin because it was already undervalued. But some of these other coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin that were already extremely overbought, and some of these were in the all-time highs, it makes sense to see this reversal. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Tomorrow's video will focus a little bit more in depth, but definitely make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel. Make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.